Coomera Anglican College Excellence in Teaching on Purpose. As you know, over the last few years we've been looking at a lot of the background research to do with the effects of teachers, and using some of Hattie's work we've decided that we agree with the fact that teachers have a very large effect on the way in which students achieve, and the better the teacher's skill set, the better the students tend to achieve. We've looked at lots of different ways in which teaching can occur, teaching strategies, and we've looked at their effect in the classroom using a thing called the effect size. We had a look at a whole range of different strategies, and we came up with the conclusion that, along with Hattie, that there are certain things that have a high level of effect and some things that have a lower level of effect. And obviously, if we want to make the best use of our energies, we want to choose the better, higher effect size types of strategies. This all depends on teacher quality, as we know, and we also know from Hattie's work that results with more effective teachers far outstrip where you've got a teacher with less effective strategies to use, especially over time, and especially if a student meets a series of either very good teachers or a series of mediocre teachers. The Appraisal Institute, Australian Institute for Teaching and School Leadership, have developed a good model for us to look at the way in which we develop as teachers through the domains of teaching and through the different levels that you can see yourself at as you go through your career. The Grattan Institute has brought out a lot of information also to do with how teacher effectiveness can be affected by things like school factors such as appraisal and professional development. This afternoon I'm at a workshop and seminar which is presenting a lot of information about the current state of teacher conditions and teacher quality throughout Australia. The Grattan Institute gave us some information that we looked at as a staff. We looked at appraisal processes and we looked at ways of giving feedback to teachers about their effects and about their development. So this is where we are at the moment. We're looking at a professional growth model in the college, and we have looked at the stages of induction, the observation and reflection that you benefit from when you're a teacher. We've looked at professional learning, and we've also now looking at appraisal. The first one, the induction, is the TIPP process, the Teacher Induction Professional Portfolio, that teachers new to the college go through. Teachers' observation of professional practice is something that we're all engaged with and is proving to give us a lot of good experiences of seeing other people's work in classrooms, and gives us an opportunity to reflect on professional practice. We try to give opportunities for continuous professional development that can be sourced by the teacher or can be sourced by the college and presented to the teachers. The appraisal system is what's coming next. It's the bit that sort of pulls all of this together. Now, our focus has been explicitly on appraisal that encourages professional growth. We are not interested in an appraisal process that merely ticks a box and fills in some paperwork so we can say we've appraised the teachers. If it's not helping teachers to gain professional growth, then it's not working. So we're developing currently a teacher appraisal professional portfolio, which we can call TAPP. Now, the TAPP process is going to be based around a portfolio that the teacher will develop over time. They will be assisted by various people. Over the course of a 4-semester cycle, it's proposed that all teachers will meet with a cross-section of people that they generally will work with in their teams. These will generally be heads of year, heads of faculty. Obviously some people have one head of faculty, some people have 2 heads of faculty, and some subject coordinators actually have a situation where they are without a head of faculty effectively, and they'll actually be working with me, the head of teaching and learning processes, in that case. At the end of the 4-semester cycle, the person will meet with either the head of campus or the principal. Now, these different levels support being able to have reflective conversations about professional growth in particular areas of the work that a teacher does, such as the pastoral care with the heads of year, the domain of their discipline within the heads of faculty, and meetings with me, and then as a general overarching meeting about professional growth requirements and looking forward to the future when you're having meetings with heads of campus and or the principal. So where are we at now? We're currently looking at a draft of the TAPP process document and we're finalizing that. We have a sample bank of meeting questions which is being collected. So for instance, when you're meeting with your head of year, there's a sample bank of questions that you or your head of year can draw from to base the discussion about professional growth and professional achievement during the meeting. We're having a bank of questions that will be for heads of year, that will be for heads of faculty, and we'll have another bank of questions that can be used by the heads of school and principal. We have plans for a pilot of the meetings in semester 2 2014, which will be where we take a cross section of teachers and we just go through the process of running these appraisal meetings, and we'll see whether it works and we'll see if the process is going to be beneficial. If not, we'll tweak it. If it's fine, then we're going to go ahead and we're planning for first full semester of meetings beginning in 2015. So for instance, if you have your first semester cycle in semester 1 2015, you will end up having a meeting in semester 1 with your head of year, semester 2 with a head of faculty, for instance, semester 3 maybe a second head of faculty or maybe head of teaching and learning processes, and then in the fourth semester you'll meet up with your head of campus or the principal, depending on exactly what your role is. Obviously, meetings will be different for subject teachers compared with heads of year. They'll meet with a different cross-section of people in their meetings because obviously a head of year is not going to meet with themselves, and heads of faculty similarly. If a person comes into the system during the course of the year, obviously their first semester may not fall in the first semester of the year. Their 4-semester cycle may start in semester 2, but that'll be worked out as we go through. So, keep calm and stay tuned for the next developments. As the draft documents are made ready, I'll present them to you so that we can get your feedback and your input, but at the moment that's where we are with the teacher's appraisal process portfolio. Thank you. I'll see you all on Friday.